Hey there guys, Gutslove here, and first of all I'm gonna say I'm very sorry if you hear noise in the background. They're fixing up the house and whatever. So yeah, leaving that out of the way, cry for help. This is the first episode of the Stephen Baum, the third one this week, and I originally recorded a vlog yesterday with my iPhone, but sadly in certain areas it skipped audio, so I really was just lazy to fix it. So here, take two. Cry for help. This is the episode that I was spoiled by a little 12-year-old boy at Comic-Con. He told me who Sardonyx was, if it were a fusion or not, and well, he spoiled it for me. And he also gave me like a little bit of a description of how she would look, and I pleaded him to shut up. I wanted to hit him in the head, but I couldn't, and so I only told his mom of it, and blah 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 blah. And also Facebook spoiled me the design on Sunday, so yeah, there you go. I got spoiled who Sardonyx was and how she would look. Let's talk about the episode. Okay, the episode starts with, of course, Peridot sending messages throughout all of the signals that she can find through the communication hub that the crystal gems tried to destroy in Coach Steven. And Peridot is trying to get off-world and calling Yellow Diamond, which is really awesome because, of course, we still don't know who the hell Yellow Diamond is. We just know that she's a force to be reckoned with, even though she was mentioned twice. And of course, this time the crystal gems think, okay, we need to destroy a part of the communication hub so that the message doesn't get sent, so that Peridot doesn't get a message out to the homeworld. And instead of using Sugalite again, Garnet decides, okay, we need to be careful because last time Sugalite really made a mess. And so this time we need to be careful. And they decide, and she decides, to fuse with Pearl. And she gets really excited about being Sardonyx again, and so they fuse. Sardonyx is really cool, and I'm glad I saw how she would act, her personality, before judging her on just her design. And she is so much of a showwoman. Well, she has so much showmanship, and I find it kind of refreshing. Like, okay, you just have these other characters, for example, Sugalite, that's like, boom, I'm all super powerful, let's kick some shit, and all that stuff. And while Sardonyx is like, she tries to put up a show, kind of like a magician, before she goes off to do the job, but at the same time she plans, okay, we're gonna do this and this and this, and boom, we're gonna execute it, and being fabulous at the same time. After that, they do try to do that on the communication hub, then they go back home, the signal is up again, and so they go back to the communication hub to check it out. It got fixed again, and they destroyed. Sardonyx appears again, and she's like, "Ooh, encore performance, woo!" And you can see Amethyst is really upset about it. Not as much like, oh, you're just fusing together, and no. She is relatively upset, and she tries to keep it to herself, even though Steven and us, the audience, see it. She notices that, okay, last time it was a big mistake because she was overwhelmed of being Sugalite, fusing with Garnet again. Oh, sorry. Fusing with Garnet, and they did overdo it, and they're just trying to tumble down the tower that was made up from her mistakes, which is the song that she's singing. She's singing about how it was wrong and how she would like to fix it, like make it up to Garnet by becoming Sugalite again. But they don't do that. Now, after destroying the communication hub for the second time, Steven and Amethyst decide to camp out in the communication hub to see if they can capture Peridot in the act and just stop her and maybe capture her, make Garnet think that Amethyst is cool again. And while they're waiting out, they see that it was actually Pearl who fixed the communication hub the second time. The first time it was Peridot, but the second time it was Pearl. And so when the tower is fixed again, you can see Pearl like acting, okay, oh my goodness, this is happening again. Let's get Lion, let's go back to the communication hub, let's fuse Garnet, we can do this all over and over and over again if we have to. Like, it's so freaking obvious that, of course, even if you didn't know that it was Pearl, you can see it in her face. And by the tone of her voice, that she freaking enjoys being sardonyx so much that she would do anything to just feel powerful. And like, many people have theorized that they feel the love that Ruby and Sapphire have for each other in Garnet, and so feel that love even though it's not directly at them. They just want to feel powerful and loved. That's a really good theory, which I'm really like backing up on. And before they fuse, Garnet and Pearl, Steven and Amethyst break it up. They say to Garnet that, hey, it was Pearl who's fixing the tower, and we kind of know. Well, Amethyst is the one who knows why she's doing it, and so Garnet gets really, really pissed. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And Pearl tries to justify the reason as to why. Like, I want to just share more victories with you, and I just feel great being sardonyx with you. And when Garnet is basically just telling her that you lied to me, you're manipulating me, we could have looked for a paradigm, but you're like distracting us with this, just so we can fuse. And Amethyst goes to back up Pearl. This is amazing for Amethyst's character, and also Pearl, but this is mostly for Amethyst. This is just amazing. She backs up Pearl. She defends Pearl, like, hey, we just want to feel strong, and by fusing with you, this is our only chance. And you can see it in Garnet's tone that she does not like that. Because she herself is a fusion between two gems, Ruby and Sapphire, their love, their dedication, their trust. And by just having Pearl fixing the communication hub to just fuse, having that excuse, it really damaged that trust Garnet has with Pearl. And a bit with Amethyst, because Amethyst is just packing it up, but also after what Amethyst said, you can just see it that Garnet is really, really hurt, and that's really intriguing because I freaking love this show. And of course, Garnet and Amethyst fuse to become Sugilite. They destroy the communication hub once and for all. And this time, Pearl sees the tower as the trust she had with Garnet. How it all comes tumbling down. And Jesus, her expression. Oh my God, her expression is just like, oh my God, what have I done? And of course, they go back to the house. This time, it's like that tension is in the air between Pearl and Garnet. Pearl is just coming into the house. Garnet is coming through the portal. They just walk by, and Garnet doesn't even stop. It's only Pearl who stops, like, yeah, I'm very sorry. Even though she doesn't say anything, she just expresses it. And you see in the background Amethyst staring at Pearl. Is it just me, or is it like that such beautiful subtlety of Amethyst feeling sympathy for Pearl? Well, I'm really sure it is, but well, I'm just guessing, but if it is, thank you. Damn, thank you, writers, who wrote that scene perfectly. And of course, the ending part in which Amethyst and Steven, who are watching the Crying Breakfast Buddies, I think it's called, how, okay, these two characters were fighting, and because of a miscommunication, they did sort of feel betrayed, and which is of good, like a comparison to what happened in the episode. And in the end, the spoon and the pear are like, they forgive each other, and they become friends again, and they cry. And Amethyst says this line, it would be so amazing if things could go back to normal, just like they happen in cartoons. You know, having Garnet and Pearl ask for forgiveness, well, Pearl asking Garnet for forgiveness, and things going back to the way they were. And that's a really good line, with Steven saying, yeah, it would be so awesome. Come on, we know it's a cartoon, but that makes it feel so amazing. It makes it feel more real. And goodness gracious, Jesus. This show has shown time and time again how real this show is, and even though it is animated, it does show that so many themes are touched upon in this show that it makes it feel more relatable, more real, like I mentioned before. And it's just like that perfect balance of being so cartoony, but at the same time, like mature. Like it's not just any kind of show. For example, like Adventure Time, that does the same thing. It touches upon different themes. It is mature in many episodes, even though I really dislike the show. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't like Adventure Time, and but I respect the people who do. I know why they like it. I know where they're coming from, but it's not for me. And what else can I say about this episode that I haven't said already? It's just amazing, and oh my god, I just want to hug Pearl. I know that people. Oh wait a minute. Yes, talking about Pearl. I know a lot of people dislike her thanks to the episode We Need to Talk, in which basically Pearl tells Greg that, hey, you're just a novelty, you're just a human. She only likes you just because you're human and you're just temporary. La 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 la. Oh god. That episode, I freaking love that episode. It showed a lot more to Pearl's character and how she acted before, even though she does kind of act the same, even though it was more evident back then when Rose was alive and she's like, oh, we'll be together soon. She just doesn't know it. And we all know that Pearl has feelings for Rose. And I think that's pretty much it. I wanted to talk more about Pearl, but I'm gonna leave this vlog like that. And hopefully I can recover what I can get from my iPod, because that freaking thing, it jumps audio. I'm sorry for getting kind of stuck. You also saw my Jurassic World vlog and how in certain parts it jumped audio, and that's what happened. So yeah. And so with that, hopefully we get to see the next episode tonight, from Steven Bomb, episode 2. I only heard rumors of Peridot and Lapis making a return, but let's see. We have 4 more episodes to go. Later.